Hi, everyone. I'm Pallavi. I'm an observability solution architect at Accenture. And today I'm here to talk about a commonly overlooked yet expensive mistake that I've observed in tech teams. And I have only 5 minutes to do it. So let's go. So the big question, we bought the best monitoring tool, but why are our incidents so chaotic? Now, I work with a lot of enterprise clients across different industries, and this is a question I often hear from a lot of teams. So what is possibly going wrong? So the expectation is that when you move from a basic monitoring to an observability platform, everyone from the C-level right to the DevOps teams has adopted it, your dashboards are green, your customers are happy, what could go wrong, right? But the reality sometimes looks a little different. When there's a major incident and customers are complaining, it is highly realistic that even this observability tool, which has all your data, might not help you solve the problems. You still might have too many alerts, you do not know where to look, your MTTR is still high. So the problem is not the tool. It is the fact that you probably did not invest enough to design it. Because observability, just like any other platform, needs architecture, design, principles, integrations, customizations, and so on. So think of it like the shift left approach that we have in DevOps, right? That you need to take a few steps back and before investing in the platform, to invest in the effort to design it for your organization. So how do you do that, right? And here I like to go to a framework that I like a lot, which is the why, what, how, the golden circle. And it is basically that why do you need this platform? What are your capabilities and services that you would deliver from this platform? And then how would you deliver it? And by selecting the tool, you're only focusing on the how directly without defining the why and the what. So what is your vision of the platform? What are the capabilities? What are your use cases? And then finally jumping to the technology along with processes and governance and so on. So I have a pretty simple framework for you how you could do this. So you need to define your personas and use cases, your capabilities and your domains, your SLIs and SLOs, and then select the tool. I'm going to break this down, so bear with me. Step 1. You need to define your personas and use cases. So what are the key roles in your organization who use an observability platform? What are their critical user journeys? What are their use cases? And this could look different for different organizations. So for example, if you have a DevOps engineer, he's interested in looking at the current load of the system so that they can optimize their deployments. Or a service engineer or service owner who is looking at the impact or the health of incidents so they can sort of look at the upstream impact. Now, looking at step 2, you need to define your capabilities and domains. So what capabilities do I need from my platform? And what kind of data am I collecting? What kind of integrations do I need to build? Now here, capabilities could look like a lot, but there are some examples like what kind of data am I collecting? Is it logs, metrics, traces, events, or all of it? What kind of ingestion pipelines do I need to build? What kind of analytics do I need? And on side the domains, there could be infrastructure, applications, database, you name it. Step 3, this is a page borrowed from the SRE Google concept of SLIs and SLOs, right? So what kind of KPIs truly reflect your customer experience? And what is my agreed upon SLAs with the business? And this could look like with the same example of the service owner who is interested in the health of applications, which could map to SLIs for availability, error, latency, and then you need to define the right SLOs. This is just an example that I put in here. And finally, when you have these defined, is step 4, when you look at tool or tools, because one tool might not fulfill your use cases, and you might need a multiple combination. You might need to build customizations and integrations for your organization. But wait, don't forget step 0. Who is the decision maker? So I often see that a business and technical stakeholders in a company are not aligned because your architect might be interested in trade-offs between build versus buy, open source versus proprietary, but a user might be interested in looking at fancy dashboards and SLIs. So to recap, you need your personas and use cases, you need your capabilities and domains, you need your SLIs and SLOs, and finally you need your tool or tools. My key message is that if you skip design, you're not doing observability, you're just collecting data. And that is not really giving you the true value of the platform that you invest in buying or building or both. So with that, I'm done. Thank you for listening. If you're happy to connect with me and keep the conversation going. And I promise that no requirement framework is required to talk to me. Thank you.